Hello everyone, I am Dr. Chitra Javali. Today we will see how to do a literature search. Prior to delving into the topic, first we will see what do you mean by a literature search or a literature survey. A literature search is a comprehensive search of all the research articles in a specific domain. Here, the main focus is to obtain the background knowledge in a particular domain and critically analyze the research articles and identify any research gaps that do exist. Generally, if you are new to a higher degree research program in your initial years, you will spend a lot of time in doing a literature survey. Your supervisor may ask you to do a literature survey by giving you few keywords to search, or you may be lucky enough to be involved in a project which is already funded by a grant amount and whose problem is well defined. If you do fall in either of these groups, then literature survey is a must and a thorough background study is required to obtain the knowledge of the domain. You need to spend a lot of time to do the literature survey. If you do not spend enough time, both in terms of quantity and quality, then you may end up doing mistakes which other researchers have already done in experiments and simulations. And you may also follow some research methodologies which are not the most recent ones. So now let's see how to do an effective literature search. Now let's say your supervisor has given you keywords to do a literature survey. For example, wireless and networks. The first thing that occurs to our mind is to do a Google search. It's as simple as that. But the confusion is where to get the information from, where do we start from, which are the correct resources, and how to do an effective search. Google Scholar is the recommended web search engine that hosts scholarly articles. Now, if we key in the keywords, say wireless and networks, in Google Scholar, then it displays the results which consists of books, journal articles, and also conference articles. Here you can see on Google Scholar page, on the left hand side, there is the mention of dates. That is, you can customize your search by specifying from which year you want the search to be displayed. There are also forward citations that are present for each result that is displayed on the screen. Google Scholar also provides the feature of creating a researcher's profile. That is, you can create your profile by mentioning your research interests and also your affiliation, say your organization name or your university name. There is also a Create Alert tab which is present on Google Scholar. Here, you can set alerts with respect to authors or also with respect to specific topics. That is, if any author publishes research articles, then Google Scholar will send you notifications through emails. The same applies to research topics as well. However, there are some pitfalls in Google Scholar. That is, do not limit your search results only to the first page or only to the first 10 results. Do take time to move on to the second and the third page, because the less cited articles are usually present in the second or the third or the later pages. And also sometimes Google Scholar is not always up to date. So do not depend entirely on Google Scholar. Another way is to go through the good conferences and the journals, that is, good venues for the conferences and the journals. So how to identify these good venues when you are new to the domain? Google Scholar does provide you conference and journal ranking. If you do key in the keywords like top 10 conferences in computer science, then Google Scholar will display a page. This page consists of different categories. From this, we will select computer networks and wireless communication so that it is in synchronization with our prior keywords. If we select Computer Networks and Wireless Communication, then Google will display the top 20 conferences and journals, including the H5 index and H5 median as well. However, this is not an exhaustive list. So, in order to get an exhaustive list, we will see other web search engines as well. Microsoft Academic is one of the web search engines which does provide research articles in multiple disciplines. If we click on the specified website, then we will see a page displayed in this manner. Here we see Microsoft Academic has different topics like art, chemistry, physics, and computer science, and rest others as well. It also provides the number of conferences in all the topics. Now we will select computer science. The page displays different child topics in computer science like artificial intelligence, computer architecture, and others as well. So as to have synchronization with our prior keywords, we will again select here Computer Network. So this gives you a list of 100 conferences, so more than what Google Scholar had given you. So this search is only related to the conferences. You can also search in a similar manner for the journals. In addition to the top conferences and journals, Microsoft Academic also provides you the top institutions in the specified domain, the top authors, and also the topics. It is based on all the number of citations. Another website is the Core Ranking portal. Core Ranking also provides assessment of conferences and journals in computing discipline. If you go to the specified website, then you will see a page which displays about the core conference database, core journal database, and you can also explore the journals and the conferences based on the keywords. If you click on the Access the Core Conference Database here, then you will see a page in this manner. Here you will see there is a search tab and the source is Core 2020, and on the right hand side you will see that the conferences are categorized in terms of A star, A, B, C. This is based on the acceptance rate of the conference. So A star is like, for example, it's the leading conference, A is an excellent conference, B is a good conference, and C falls in the other categories. The same category also applies to the core ranking journals as well. Now here we will see if we key in the keywords like wireless and networks, the result is the page displayed here. Along with the name of the conference, you can also see the ranking of the conference as A, B, and C. This is not an exhaustive list, but it gives you a subset of the conferences with these keywords that you have already mentioned. So you got to know the list of conferences and journals. Now, how do you access the articles published in these conferences and journals? For this, we have IEEE Explore. IEEE Explore is a digital library, a database for engineering, electronics and electrical and computer science. We also have ACM Digital Library, which is another database for computing. Here, it consists of comprehensive archive of journals, articles, magazines, and conference proceedings. There are other repositories as well. For instance, Archive. Archive is an open access repository of scholarly articles in mathematics, physics, computer science, and many others. Few researchers do upload their early results in Archive. It also consists of articles present in journals and conference proceedings. However, majority of the articles that are present in archive are not peer-reviewed. So do take care when citing the articles from archive. There is also another database called as Scopus. Scopus is a database of articles covering multiple disciplines like life science, social science, and health science. PubMed is another search engine for articles in the discipline of biomedical and life science. Web of Science also provides conference proceedings, journal articles in different disciplines. Your university might have subscribed for the above said repositories so that staff and students can enjoy benefits and can access various conference proceedings and journal articles and manuscripts. So do take advantage of it. So now you got to know the list of conferences and journals and also how to access them. After this, you might be interested in who are the researchers or the experts in this specific domain continuously publishing the articles. For this, visit the conference website and have a look at the Technical Program Committee list. This Technical Program Committee list, or abbreviated as TPC list, gives you a list of researchers or authors who mostly work in the domain. For the authors list, you can also have a look at the conference proceedings. Once you know about the researcher's name, visit their personal webpage. Or you can also visit their Google Scholar webpage, which will give you a comprehensive list of all the articles they have published. Google Scholar also provides a co-author list, which is a list of all the co-authors the author or the researcher has worked with and published papers with. So once you get to know about the authors, you will also know about their affiliations. Do visit their university websites or organization website to know more about the project. In addition to academic search, you might be interested in research trends. For this, using the keywords, identify the industries that are working on this specific domain. Do read their white papers and also watch their free webinars. This will give you an insight about the use cases and also their roadmap and future trends. Once you have summarized the research articles in your manuscript or thesis, you need to cite them. Reference management software are the ones that help you to keep the citations well organized. Some of the reference management tools are EndNote, Mendeley, and Zotero. These are the tools that generally perform the same tasks, and hence you might select any of them depending on your requirements. Please note that we are not advertising here any of these tools. These tools are the ones which are most widely used by researchers and universities. Literature search is the foundation of your research. So do spend sufficient amount of time in terms of both quality and quantity and strive to gain an in-depth knowledge of your research domain. Please do subscribe to our channel. Please do like and share this video. Thank you.